just first of all, just congratulations to Abilene and they're conference champions celebrating on our field, and obviously a talented football team. And thought we had a good game plan tonight and did some good things. And we were handcuffed a little bit personnel wise with some injuries, but I thought Caleb Coger came in and played a solid football game, threw 4 touchdowns, over 300 yards, did a lot of good things. If you take away the 4 turnovers that happened, which kind of the story of our season. It might have been a different football game. They did a good job controlling our run game, which not many people have done this year. But they made a commitment to it, and that's why we were able to throw for some yards too. We were, especially that first drive and some drives in the first half, we were able to, kind of push the ball down the field because they were putting so many hats in the box. There was that. At the end of the day, it was that 3-minute section of the third quarter that really just changed the game. They take it down, score. We go 3 and out, and then the punt return happened, and then a fumble. Then we fumble again after that. We weren't good enough this year to overcome stuff like that. And I thought they gained the momentum, took the momentum, and never gave it back. And that was frustrating because we played a pretty good first half. A lot to build on, a lot to grow from. We're getting to work right now on the future and what it looks like. But I said it to our team. I've seen one other team in my head coaching career celebrate on our field in 2018. That was Incarnate Word. And I sat there and watched them do it. They won the Southland Conference Championship on our field last game of the season. And then 2019, we were fortunate enough to go celebrate on their field. We said that's our goal, that's our motivation, that's where we want to be, and that's what we did. So a lot to build from with these young guys, and I hated we couldn't send the seniors out winners tonight.
When was the call for Austin Caleb to get the start? How what point did we do this?
Probably Thursday.
Yeah.
He missed practice the first couple of days, but he was dealing with a lower back injury. I'll just be honest with you, and just couldn't shake it. It was he played. He got hit last week in Southern Utah and actually played and finished the game with the injury. But Caleb had practiced Tuesday and Wednesday with the first team reps, and so we thought there was a chance Thursday to get Austin back. Tried to go and just wasn't able to. Just some of the when you got a lower back injury, it really affects your lower body and way you throw and some of that stuff. So. That was a tough deal, especially late in the week. But I'll say this: Caleb is a guy that I'll tell you this. He's not going to play tight. Kid doesn't play tight. He proved that last year. Look, it's 2 years in a row that the last couple weeks there, you've gotten your third quarterback for heaven's sake. You know what I mean? And that's no knock on Caleb. It's just the way it is. And the way he played last year, you knew he was going to come out here and give us a chance, and that's what he did. He's just loose. He doesn't get too rattled. Sanan not being in at center, that hurt. That was a big blow. Him not playing. You're talking about a guy that's played literally every snap at center for us this year, and for him not to be available, that was a tough one for us. But you go from your center to quarterback. That's kind of the meat of your offense, and that was tough to replace. So. Proud of Caleb, but again, you would have loved to had a healthy Austin out there if you could.
Yeah. You guys schemed up a few kind of key throws for Caleb, and the one in Malachi hit pretty immediately. How much was that trying to get him going versus kind of what you saw with their defense, and then also what they're trying to do the lanes to land? What was the driving force behind it?
Well, I just told Coach Patterson after the game, y'all need to play cover one. Y'all need to play man across the board, one high safety. And we've got 6 block, that basically add an extra guy to the box. They're good enough in the secondary. If they play cover one, we got them in some cover. We got them in some quarters looks, some zone looks where we were able to kind of in and out them to get some big plays, and that's where the touchdowns happened. But their man coverage stuff, they were tough. The only man coverage touchdown we threw was the Tyrell Pollard early in the game down here on third down. But yeah, I think schematically was more. It was more about schematics, what the defense was doing. We knew if we got some bunch sets, we could get them in some zone coverage stuff. But Coach Patterson does a good job mixing his fronts up. I tell you, his front sevens is really good. Those guys are good players. I think they're the best combo between number 14 and number 1 linebackers in the conference. I mean, they're just both of them are 100 tackle guys. And then those edge guys, number 90 and number 8. I mean, those guys are they're big time UAC defensive ends. So I knew they would be tough sledding with the run game, but with them adding an extra hat to the box, it made it even more difficult for Landon and our offensive line to get going.
Yeah. I mean, I think you guys finished with minus 12, minus 13 on turnovers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a difference. This is a difference in the season. I mean, at the end of the day, like if you want to break this season down, you can sit here and say, well, you played 3 quarterbacks, or you didn't get enough sacks on defense, right? We got to go find some pass rushers. You got to find some offensive tackles. What you can say a million different things, but it's the minus 13 in turnovers, like that changes games. I mean, there's like I've been here when we've been plus 13. I mean, like we pride ourselves in that. We work hard at it. And some of it's just lack of create turnovers. I mean, it's just like tonight. We go play where we fumble the exchange on like a day one handoff that whatever happened, and then that's kind of the way our season's gone. And then you look the very next play, the ball pops out of their guy and it lands right in their offensive lineman's lap. It's just. We just couldn't manufacture a ton of turnovers either, and I think that's why it's so lopsided. Because I don't know that we had a day like today. I mean, you're trying to throw some desperation passes there late in the game, probably turnover wise, but like it's so lopsided because we didn't create a ton of turnovers on defense. We got to do a better job of that moving forward.
I guess what's the next steps out considering?
We're working. We're working. We're not going home. We're working. We're going to get as many talented players on campus as we can. We're going to have evals within our program. Some heart to hearts. Obviously we got to retain some of these good players. I mean, you got the best receiving corps in the conference, in my opinion. 4 deep, 5 deep. You got one of the best running backs in the conference. I mean, you're talking about guys that are all underclassmen. You got some, 2 or 3 really talented young offensive linemen that can grow even more. So we got to retain our really good players, and then we've got to go to work and find some players, whether it be junior college, Division II, and then transfer portal opens up January 2nd, I believe. And so the month of December is going to be spent heavily on retention. The month of December we also spent on junior college and Division II recruiting. That's Division II players in the portal, and then our attention will shift very quickly in the new year when the Division I transfer portal opens. I would anticipate getting a good chunk of number of guys in January that'll be new to our program. So you got to do it, and again, that's no knock on where we are, who we are, whatever. I mean, you got to improve, and we got to go find some. We got to go find some guys that can make us better immediately, and we'll still sign some high school kids, and I'm never going to neglect that. I still think there's value in that, but we've got to get some impact guys that come here and play right away.
Got it.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah.